Welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of SpaceInsight. Elon Musk is saving the internet, and here's how. Odds are the computer you're watching this video on right now is connected to Wi-Fi. If this isn't the case because you don't have Wi-Fi, then this video is extremely relevant to you. So watch on with much gusto, valiant data users. Most Wi-Fi connections are broadcasted by modems, like this one. But where do modems get internet connection from? It could be that cellular portable dongle communicating with a cell tower, or the old-fashioned telephone lines. That hole in your wall not only helps you call, but also stream YouTube, join online classes, browse Google, open Google Docs. You get the drift. Telephone lines come from your ISP or internet service provider, whose servers are connected to you through underground and sometimes underwater cables. Ultimately, even cellular towers are finally connected to servers like that of Verizon and Vodafone through, you guessed it, cables. The servers of different ISPs are interconnected and together form a network called, drumroll please, the internet. But we aren't worried about the servers. It's the cables we care about, because these cables quite literally pass through hell. Blizzard-infested snowstorms in Alaska to fry-neck temperatures in the Kalahari are only some of the terrors these internet messengers have to endure. To name a human-induced terror, take the time a 75-year-old Armenian grandma stopped all of Armenia's internet while digging for copper in her back garden. She chopped up an optical fiber cable. Seriously. To put it short, some extreme elements just don't agree with optical fiber cabling. And Elon Musk didn't like that, so he put internet on a satellite and called it Starlink. Starlink is a group of satellites with receivers and transmitters on them. They are launched aboard SpaceX Falcon 9 rockets. Broadcasting centers on the ground send the internet to Starlink satellites, which capture it with their receivers. The satellites then transmit it to Earth to be picked up by a specific type of antenna. The antenna you can buy off of Starlink's website. The antenna, which looks like a television dish, requires a power supply. Any of the sockets in your house should do. And some open space, preferably a roof without obstruction, blocking reception and transmission. To connect to the internet, Starlink comes with a cable you can hook up to your brand new Starlink modem and quite literally be good to go. And if you stayed this long through the video, here are some numbers and facts you might want to hear. Starlink can deliver speeds far faster than your conventional fiber's 30 megabytes per second. 50 megabytes per second, and even up to a whopping 150 megabytes per second in ideal conditions. Latency is also down to a meager and wonderful, in this case, 20 to 40 megabytes per second. This should mean impeccable performance while you video conference, browse the internet, play games, and even stream 8K live, which should tell you pretty much all you need to know about Starlink. As of the time of uploading of this video, in mid-2021, around 1600 Starlink satellites are in orbit. Development of Starlink started back in 2014. Prototype tests happened in 2018 and 2019, and the first batch of operational satellites was launched in the May of 2019. Starlink has been headquartered more or less where SpaceX has, shuttling between locations in the Redmond area of Seattle since 2015, and most recently starting a new location in Irvine, California. Starlink is a godsend for many. If you live in a rural area that doesn't have optical fiber or a strong data connection, then get Starlink for $499 US. That is, if you're in one of these countries. If you aren't, then pre-book it and wait for an astronomical internet experience to come a-knocking, because SpaceX is gaining government approval in a bunch of countries at the speed of light. Thank you for watching this video. The sources for the video and imagery are YouTube's Creative Commons, Wikimedia Commons, and Pixabay. Other credits are listed in the description. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.